slits never line up properly. So I've gotten rid of them. Every single run I've done is like, oh, you're a minute behind, and then I finish the run and I'm like 20 to 30 seconds. I don't know what's wrong with them, but they're not accurate. I don't know if my load times are longer now for some reason. Shouldn't be. It's literally the same device. But RTA and the IGT just are not lining the fuck up anymore. So I'm getting rid of the slits. Did I load my fucking emulator splits by mistake or something? I don't think so. They're quite clearly labeled. Because I actually have emulator splits for this game, because I used to run this game on emulator. In fact, I think most people run this game on emulator. Because PSP capture is such a ball ache. But I'm out here doing it legitimate, doing it the strong way. A virtue for which I am rewarded with inconsistent load times. But at least I get text that works properly. As Origins amusingly has a bug on emulators where the text shows up as monospaced, even if it's not. Meaning you can't see some things because sometimes the text goes off the screen. This shall be a run of nothing but the golden splits, as I have changed everything. Travis guy over here is just a guy. He's just a guy. Although, like, they try to finagle some bullshit, like, connection to the town by way of his parents or whatever. It's really hackneyed, though. Wearing a flannel shirt, which is a guy thing. I don't even know what a flannel shirt is. Like that, I guess. What makes it flannel? Travis had no connection to town, but focused us didn't like the random guy aspect, and the story was rewritten. Oh, well, I have to wonder why they made a prequel in the first place. Well, I don't know, these are such bygones by now, you know? Relitigate the Origins nonsense in 2022. Remember to actually get the thing. Genius. It was accomplished. That was a mistake I made last time. I didn't pick up the organ. on the successful run where I got all the stuff to spawn, I didn't pick up the toaster. So if I ever accidentally... I mean, you obviously don't want to pick up the toaster anyway. It's like, there's no reason to have it. But I'm wondering if, like, is the toaster truly route neutral? Or if you pick it up by accident, does it fuck everything else around? These are the very important questions I have. Oh. I have menu stack bug. I actually... Was this the first of the American Silent Hills? I actually think this game was made in Britain. I think Climax is a British studio. Not that it matters. Feels like the most American game ever. I stabbed him to death. What, you egg? What's the difference? What, between England and America? Quite a lot. Like, up to and including the language. Ooh, forgot about the camera angle change. I would love to restore Travis's stamina right now, but I actually think this is the first energy drink in the game. So there's not much point. Now I feel like there's a point. Now, is my route idea going to work out here? This I could not say. But we'll give it a try and see how we go. This is still a health drink, or a stamina drink, and that's still a med kit, both of which are very useful. Do you know what the scrubs are? The scrubs are the people who complain about the character you're playing when you beat them at a fighting game. That's the most essential component of a scrub. Oh, I've just realized I've made an interesting... By doing this, the position of the stamina drink in the inventory has moved places. A scrub is also someone who historically is unwanted. As laid bare in the sonorous philosophical piece by TLC, No Scrubs. Where does the energy drinks... Yeah, it still spawns, okay. Yeah, that actually works out pretty well, since he gets tired as soon as he gets indoors, where it starts to... like, your stamina restores faster when you're indoors, hence why I'm using stamina drinks while outdoors instead. Energy drinks are more worth if used in what the game classifies as an outdoor environment. Coming out of this, I'm only going to have 2 energy drinks. Because there's one outside the sanitarium, and then there's one in this room. No, there's 3. I'm lying. I'm wrong. Got it. Nice. Camera. So this one's not actually off to a particularly stellar start because I was like messing around with the menu trying to figure out what to do with this route. But I think I have a picture now. It doesn't matter where you use them, just so long as you use them. I was wondering if current inventory is what affects the spawning, but it doesn't seem to be the case. It just seems to be what you've picked up, not where you use it. So I do in fact just have more stamina drinks to play with than I thought. At least in the outdoor areas. Problem is that it moves the inventory around. Thanks, game. Didn't ask for the razor. Wonder if that'll fuck everything up. When I tried this before, I was experimenting with collecting the razor, and it didn't seem to change anything, but we'll see. Yeah, 3 energy drinks, meaning you can use one on the way out of sanitarium, another also on the way out of sanitarium, but like in a different place. I'm calculating here. I'm calculating. I'm working on a new route. A never-before-seen stamina drink consumption route.
Ah! I've always
They're very surprised about it.
You and your devil.
They hate my route. It's the devil's route. I don't know, Japanese comedy is kind of different, but also it's not, like, completely alien. The Japanese like slapstick as much as anyone else does. Good line. But then again, I also feel like just the British and the American sense of humor is quite different. But then again, not that different. Like, sometimes different. Americans are louder, I think, but I don't know. I put it this way, like, American or British, everyone likes John Mulaney. puns are very I guess that's a point where the Japanese sense of humor differs just as a necessary function of the language. Puns are very common in Japanese comedy as a consequence of the fact the language is very, very rife with opportunities to do so. Ooh, camera. Nice. Cut a nice clean line. How long have I been back on Origins? Like 3 days or something. Not super long. And I will also, before long, need to focus on derusting Resident Evil Deadly Silence for the other hotfix. And then also more English of the Dead practice in the run-up to RTA in Japan. But once RTA in Japan is over, I can take a breather and go to bed for 3 weeks. As I have no other obligation. Why did he stop running? I did not say stop running. You fucking melt. There is simply too much I need to be doing in too short... Oh, no way.
I had to do this. You can't leave.
I've got a bunch of other speedruns I want to learn as well, like new games. The Klonoa leaderboard is finally operational. Live Alive runs seem interesting, although I need to figure out how to put the pieces together on that one. Speedruns! I want to do them. On the other hand, I also think I can get Origins... Well, I say get, I've already got it. But, set a new Origins world record with a new route. It seems possible to me. I've been fairly close on a number of attempts with massive problems in them. But will I get around to actually doing any of this? God, I don't know. I've been so busy with, like, everything else lately. Like, I do a green, blue, blue, red, yellow. Look at my notes. I do a frankly bewildering amount of Japanese study these days. Why did it do that? Yeah, right now Live Alive is only on Switch. I'd be quite surprised if it didn't make its way over to PC in like about a year, but I'm not waiting a fucking year. I mean, it's Square Enix. I don't see any reason they would willingly keep it a Nintendo Switch exclusive. There's no reason to. Like, I have to assume Nintendo, you know, paid for it to be a timed exclusive, and once that's done, it'll appear everywhere else, almost certainly. Like, there's no compelling reason to Square Enix to not put it on everything else. Unless there's some kind of special dealing involved, I don't know. This man is not running. That could have been unfortunate. Unless money. Yeah. Maybe they help with the localization. It doesn't feel like it. Console exclusive do suck, which is why it's good that they're an increasingly dying breed. I mean, well, from my perspective as well, most of, like, the true console, like, party exclusives are not things I care about much. Like, Sony's first-party offerings are pretty dire these days. They seem more interested in making movies than video games. And Nintendo. The sentence is over. Nintendo in general being more like the, like, just an annoying fact of life I have to put up with. Allowed to stick around because some people really like Kirby for some reason. But otherwise, their hardware is kind of annoying, and I don't care much for their games, so the Nintendo platform was just this weird walled garden for me. Oops. Baton. 4 strong, 1 weak. 1. 2. Oh, I got... Whoa, that's wacky. Note to self, don't cancel out of that too early, or you can take 2 hits for the price of 1. Good game. I got hit by the same attack twice because I cancelled out of the first hit too quickly. Never seen that happen before. That's novel. Hey, Church, I'll speedrunning Origins? Crazy! I have some serious patience. Honestly, it's not that bad. I mean, it's like, it's not a very good game, but like, speedrunning Origins is like, it's pretty easy to learn this run. It's not that complicated. At least I don't think it's that complicated.
I disagree.
Amusing comment.
Ha! Major Hitman, thanks for the 29 months. Yeah, Homecoming's run's really short. Homecoming is like one of the few Silent Hill games I have not done a run of, precisely because it's like actually fairly legit. Like, its tech is multifaceted and complicated. Damn, it's just not worth using the energy drink at that one point though. It's too late for that. Because then we'll recover stamina a bit quicker when he's indoors here. Or I guess he'll just slow walk the whole fucking way, never mind. Yeesh. Hey, P. So Downpour. See, Downpour is the run I also don't do, even though I have the hardware for it. Because it's just so long-winded. It's so long. It's so long, guys. It's long and full of cutscenes. I know everyone likes it when, like, funny haha woman says get on the bus. How long is it? It's like over a 2-hour run. Primarily because you can't skip cutscenes. Because they released a game that late into, like, the Silent Hill franchise's life cycle with no fucking cutscene skips in it. A fact that will mystify me to this very day. I got a serious bone to pick about that as well, because I remember, I know everyone loves to give this guy shit, and a lot of it is unearned. But I'm gonna give this shit anyway. But I remember Tom Hewlett was tweeting at one point about how he thought it was weird that Homecoming is the preferred game of the Western games among the speedrun community for these games, and he was like, that can't be right. These people really prefer Homecoming? And I was so tempted to publicly go, yeah, because they didn't forget to put a cutscene skip in that one, dude. Like, I was so tempted to be a snarky asshole about it. Who said that? Tom Hewlett on Twitter. Like, he was the game's producer, I think. Like, both Downpour and Homecoming, actually. Like, Downpour is, like, a game he still believes very much in. Which, I mean, I respect that he still, like, is true to his vision. You know, be proud of your work. Just maybe not when it's Downpour. Hey man, like, yeah, I don't know. I don't think Downpour's that good, but you know. You know. Oh well. But regardless, he was like tweeting about how bewildering it is that like Homecoming is the preferred Western game of the speedrun community compared to Downpour, and I was like, dude. Like, I had various snarky comebacks, and I made none of them because I didn't feel like being mean that day. But it's just like, dude, just look at the relative length of the runs, and I feel like your question would answer itself. Because in Silent Hill Downpour, Tom, you have to watch 20 minutes of unskippable cutscene every single time you do the run. Tom! People love to give that guy shit. A lot of it's like bad faith and unknown, because like directing like a couple of video games that aren't so hot isn't like the end of the fucking universe, you know? He's not like evil.
Beat you, Father.
Hence, hang not on my
But sometimes tweet something a little stupid. It's like, you really didn't like. Come on. I know you're close to the production, but like, come on, man. You feel like what killed RE7 Speedrun Trip was the amount of unskippable stuff? Absolutely. It's currently, like, it's also doing serious damage to RE8's time in the sun. They need to figure that out. Like, you can skip cutscenes in RE8, like, that's an improvement, but you can't skip a lot of, like, set-piece bullshit. Where you just watch your character get, like, flung around from place to place. There's so much waiting around in RE8's run, doing nothing, on top of the movement speed being boring. RE8 is just not a very good run, if you ask me. I don't like RE8's run. I think that's just a boring speedrun. I tried to do it, and I just did not like it. Just did not enjoy it. It's a whole lot of nothing. Do I like RE8 as a game? Yeah, I like RE8 as a game, although I think... It's obviously not a perfect game. I feel like my biggest issue with it is actually the puppet house segment. It's like great the first time, the puppet house segment, the doll house or whatever the fuck it's called. The bit that everyone like, it's scary and creepy because the big like fetus thing chases you. And it's pretty good the first time, but the replay of that is boring every time after. It's good exactly once and no more. It's kind of cute how you can, like, skip the puzzle, like, you can break the sequence of the puzzle ever so slightly if you're a smidge intelligent about how you go about it. Lucky. Like, that's cute, that, like, that you can bridge some of the sequence. But it comprises a huge chunk of that run. Like, every run you do, it's like, oh, I have to spend 20 minutes doing this unskippable, like, escape room puzzle sequence. Sure. Like, there's a segment like that in RE7 as well, but it's a lot briefer in that game. Yeah, there's also Madhouse difficulty, which some people like for RE7 runs. I kinda don't. I mean, Madhouse is, like, okay, apart from, like, the very first boss. Fighting Mia on Madhouse is like pulling teeth. I hate it. But, RE8 upped the ante significantly. With Village of Shadows, a difficulty that is so hard it is basically not fun. I mean, like, it's intended to be a New Game Plus difficulty is the thing. But obviously, speedrunners being what they are, you know, you can do it on New Game. It is possible. So that's what they do. But, like, Village of Shadows on New Game Plus, obviously, in New Game Plus you can get so strong it's trivial, and on New Game it's just unbelievably annoying. So I didn't enjoy that very much either. that doesn't appeal to me. Yeah, the other thing that kind of sucked about RE8 speedruns is that let us risk saying something annoying, people, but I'm gonna go for it. The RE community are a bunch of fucking babies about glitches. They are cowards. They are massive cowards. Like, the fucking instant an out of bounds got found, immediately people were, like, up Maxie's arse, asking for a glitchless, and, like... Quit out of the thing. Oh, it defaulted to no, that's why that failed. Cool game. Up Maxie's arse, asking for a glitchless and glitched category split. And at the time, there wasn't even any known use for the out of bounds. It was just a thing you could do. And you know, Maxie, like, wise person who's been around the block a few times, was like, let's, like, wait a moment and get it, like, see how it goes first before we started. But people just, you know, because, like, there's so many shitters on like, RE8 at launch time. So many shitters. So many shitters on New Game launch. And then she's like, fucking hell, we'll just, like, split the categories. And obviously, no one does glitch now because
the aisle is full of noises.
glitchless is, like, the default.
Sounds and sweet airs that give the life
And that sucks. And the out of bounds don't even, like, add up to much in the end, by the way. There's 2 out of bounds total in the whole game. That's the only thing glitchless, like, doesn't let you do. 2 out of bounds, and it saves, like... One of them saves 10 seconds. Big spender. The other one saves, like, a minute. The other one's pretty good. But still, it's like, dude, it just wasn't, it did not seem worth the category split to me, and that really sucks. So you never get to develop the cool shit. Turn a run into something really interesting, because they're just so scared of glitches. I don't know what, like, past trauma they have about glitches in their speedruns that causes them to act like that. Because I don't know any other community that operates that way. Yeah, whereas, like, in Silent Hill Homecoming, we found, like, a few out of bounds, and then we kept finding more, and then we found more, and it was like, oh boy, this is getting good. It was all about out of bounds. The only thing people wanted to do with fucking Homecoming was find out of bounds. Like, glitchless Homecoming? Like, what the fuck? What an idea. Bizarre. Like, that's a key like, that's a very, like, stark difference. People I know who run Resident Evil games get thrown off by the Silent Hill community when they come in to Silent Hill because of that, because they think we're like that, and we're not. I'm actually not sure I even made contact. Uh-oh. Got one weak hit early. That's okay though. Made it work. Yeah, they come in and they're like, oh, you know, like, you know, oh, is there a glitches category? It's like, no. Because, like, the glitches are kind of what makes the run interesting. Especially in Silent Hill 2's case. I kind of get it for Silent Hill 3, because some of the glitches in that run are really dumb. That run became weird. Weird over time. What? I did not want him... he picked up another baton! These are not the batons I wanted. That guy's not even looking at me. What's my favorite category to run in all the Silent Hill games? Unfortunately, I'm kind of boring, and I just like any percent for most games. I don't have, like, a pet category. Actually, no, that's not true. I do have a pet category. I've thought of it. I like Extra New Game in Silent Hill 3 the most. Because it's a run that maximally uses all the glitches. It's maximalist category making. It turned into a run that uses every single fucking bug available in that game. All of them. And it's great! Use every glitch. All of them. Every single one. Yeah, well, that's one of the things that, like, the insistence on, like, glitchless really sucked the fun out of, like, the initial discovery of RE8, because cool finds are not going to be met with enthusiasm and, like, oh, shit, you know, let's really, like, work this in from the community. People are going to legislate it out. And that really, like, that's how you get people not wanting to do glitch hunting. That's how you get people who like glitches like me to just fucking leave. Whereas Homecoming has become a game of increasingly large scams, because people love glitch hunting Homecoming in the Silent Hill community, because the more you can break shit, the more everyone's gonna use it. Oh, I didn't even split for Caliban. Fuck. Yeah, it's not ideal, if you ask me. I don't know. I don't like their attitude. It's a very broad generalization to me. I don't like their attitude. Nefarious them, but, like, I don't know, I've experienced this twice. RE7 got lucky, and it has out of bounds. And it didn't get, like, relegated to funny haha glitchless zone, because it got found really late into the game's life cycle. Or I say late, you know, but it found, like, a year and a bit after most of the shitters had moved the fuck on. So by that point, people wanted the change of pace, you know? It's funny, too, because, like, the out of bounds in RE7 is actually kind of finicky and, like, sort of annoying. I could see people being more irate about it. Whereas the out of bounds in RE8 are, like, not even that difficult to do. It all depends on your skill! The game fucked up. That sucks. I'm gonna get hit twice. No, dodge the second hit. I pressed flashlight to try and bait him and it dropped it. It didn't come out on cue. Silent Hill 3's out of bounds stuff is really fucking weird. I'm not even sure even I like the direction that run took in the end, but the tricks work, so I don't know. What are you tired for? I like this stamina drink route a lot. Assuming the last one spawns where I think it will, then this is definitely strats. Hey, roaming merc. Right, this one's we've got to bang. Oh, it didn't spawn. No. Well, I can live without that one. I still think this is strats, but that why didn't that? Maybe it's because I picked up the baton. Maybe the extra baton caused that last energy ring to not show up. That's actually entirely plausible. For some reason, batons are like items that... bad RNG. We actually haven't seen this in a while. Yeah, that's the bad RNG that can happen there. Sometimes that guy doesn't do that. Sometimes you can just get a free ride through and run through. But sometimes, QTE moment. Why did they add QTE grabs to this fucking game, by the way? Such a bad idea. Such a meaningless decision. I like how the QTE prompts look like fucking God of War as well. What's with that? Good. Good. Good fight. Yeah. Much better. Much better that time. That's picture perfect, I think. You take the damage on well, I say picture perfect. We had that one fight where he turned around and just let me hit him in the back again for some reason.
Have some money.
No. So, like, if you get the RNG where he turns around and gets confused for some reason, that's obviously better, but I've never seen that happen more than once. Whoops, too far. QTEs were the style at the time, but one wonders why. Which was the style at the time! I wore lemons on my belt, which was the style at the time. I changed the camera angle suddenly on the player for no reason, which was the style at the time. I manipulated RNG, which was the style of the... Shut up. Shh. too near the stairs, otherwise they'll scam you. Notorious scam camera angle was not scammed. Pick up the fucking dagger, you melt! You are melt! Travis, melt! Speaking of melt, he's gonna do it. He's talking about Melty Blood. I'm like unironically sad at the newest Melty Blood update, adding Neko Arc and a Fate character. Like, thanks. They added a Fate Grand Order character. Fucking random gacha game character get in before Satsuki. Good. I hate this. Why do I have to share my toys with the Fate fans? I just want something that's mine. What Fate character? I forgot their name immediately. Mash, I think. I don't know, it's just annoying. Like, they axed half of the original Melty cast because it's not law compliant, quote. But we can add fucking characters from a completely different franchise. Like, okay. So that was a fucking lie. Irritating. Also, Neko Arc being added strikes me, I tweeted this, but it strikes me as the fighting game version of Morbius getting a second cinematic run. Like, yay, everyone successfully memed this into existence, now nobody is going to play her still. People don't play Neko Arc. Like, she's funny ha-ha joke, but people don't actually play this character. Please just give me, please just give me Satsuki, I'm dying over here. Or give him, like, you can give the Kara no Kyokai fans Ryogi as well if you like. People like Ryogi. She fits pretty well in Melty Blood. Mostly because she's more or less the thing that, like, came before Tsukihime. You know? Man. Oof. Oof. Ryogi's, and yet I feel like Ryogi actually doesn't have very good odds of getting in. Cause law, for some, but like we can add 2 Fate characters. That's fine, but we can't get Ryogi back. Even though people who actually play Melty Blood like play Ryogi. Like, she's a Rekka character. I don't think Type Lumina has a Rekka character. Is Saber a Rekka character? Does that count? She doesn't feel like Ryogi at any rate. I mean, like, especially because like, I'm someone who is like okay with the, you know, the remake original characters that they've added to Melty as well. I know some people have been annoyed by that, but like obviously it's based on the new game, so of course there'd be new characters in it. Mario's pretty good. It's very funny, by the way, that there's a character in Melty Blood called Mario. So it's like, what the fuck am I talking about? No, he's just like he's Italian. He's just called that. Ooh, wrong button. Oh, he's dead. Good fight, IMO. Well, you don't stand still and hold fire, you move around and hold fire. Yeah. There's slightly more... Okay, so, like, it looks like nothing when it goes well, but, like, I'm actually dodging stuff with those movements. Because if you do just stand in one place... Oh, wrong door. If you do just stand in one place and, like, try and fire, you'll get hit by shit over and over again. Because this weird, like, blood splatter chomp forward move is, like, aimed at where you're currently standing, but also sometimes the center of the room. So you gotta move from side to side is the approach I have found that works the best. I think closing shift has been speedrun by many a person. Health iffy. Playing with fire. No, energy drinks, my beloved. I wish I had the one extra because I'm probably about to run out of stamina about here-ish. And I wish I had extra, but I don't. Not quite. There it is. Ah, my man, no, my dude. The sad lack of energy drink. Tragedy. Absolute tragedy. I do wonder what made that last energy drink not spawn in. I think it might have been the extra baton. Pop the heal. Ah. I'm getting comboed bad. Ugh. Got him. 38:35. Did I just world record, like, right there? Yeah, by, like, a lot. Holy shit, that was really good. That was a world record by 22 seconds. Crushed it. That was it. Stamina drink route paid off. Fucking hell. I didn't realize that was that good.